Welcome to the edition of the Real Estate Night School. So my name still remains Oluwa Oni. How you all doing today? Hope your day has been awesome. Hope your day has been good. And for all my Muslim brother, I think it's good to say Barika de Salah. Okay. So this Wednesday and every Wednesday we talk about land, land investments. And we started a series last week, and in that series we started talking about the mistakes you need to look out for when you are buying your first property, and not specifically to land this time around, but any form of property that you are buying. So there are things that you really need to look out for, especially if you don't want to lose money. So we title it how to lose money when buying your first property, how not to lose money when buying your first property. So that's we started last week, and that is what we are continuing today. And especially welcome. So for this, so like I said, I'm privileged to be tutor in the Real Estate Night School every night, 9 p.m. They will come here and share the education and street, Facebook, YouTube for now, and many more platforms to come later. So that is what we've been doing for quite some time now. So we have a series of videos we've done in the time past, and you can also subscribe, like, share, and whatever you want to do if you feel this is something that's worthy of other people to really enjoy. So you can like and share. So last week we look at what are the things you need to do. So number one, we said we need to look at purpose. Why are we buying what we are buying? And that is very important. Why are you buying what you are buying? Why are you buying what you are buying? That is very important. You don't want to make that mistake of not defining the reason why you are doing what you're doing. So of course, I won't go into all the details of what we looked at last week. I'm just going to go straight up to what we have for us today. Like we said, we don't want this section to be too long so that people will not watch the video and all of that. So, so last week we touched on some of the factors that you need to really consider and before you take a buying decision for any piece of property, whether you're a first-time property buyer or whether you are returning or you're a seasoned property buyer. I believe there are quite a number of things we'll be sharing that will be useful for you, and there are quite a number of things that we'll be sharing too that will be useful for you. Okay, so just a quick recap. We look at your knowledge. Your knowledge is key. We'll look at your long-term goals. And your long-term goal is also key. And we look at current, your income, your time, and all of those things. And to round it up today, we're going to look at your experiences, your past experiences. I know we are all product of our past experiences, whether we like it or not. You know, one way or the other, our past experiences have shaped the kind of decisions that we take going forward. You know, whether for good or for bad. You know, there's always a saying that you should bury your past, and the past belongs to the grave. But especially when it's a bad past and it's past that you don't really want to remember. Probably you've had bitter experience in buying purchase or in purchase of a property, or you bought a property that you see it looks like, oh, the numbers are good and all of that, and all of a sudden everything went south. So I'm just here to encourage you that don't give up, and there are things you really need. Don't let it determine how you see the future. You understand? Don't let it determine how you see the future. Think the future as a new chapter that you need to write. So the past is just one of the chapters that went the way it was. So, but let's quickly look at what the future unfolds. So, your past experiences should now form part of the core reasons why you must not feel going forward. You know, a wise man said that it is only a fool that repeats foolishness, that repeats mistakes. I put it's only a fool that repeats foolishness, because if you do something once, you do it twice, it's coincidence, but you are doing it over and over and over and over again. And that means of course, it's just the reality. You know, it was Singular said that you cannot do things the old way and expect a different result. And if you are doing it that way, then it's perfect definition of insanity. So, um, questions you need to ask? What are the questions you need to ask when you want to determine the purpose why you are buying a piece of property? What are the questions you need to ask? And these are very, very, very important. You don't want to model things up. You don't want to do that at all. You want to get it right. You want to determine. Last week I just felt that, no, let me do a more robust session so that we will not miss it in any way at all. So what are those questions that you need to ask yourself, and you need to be very, very, very sincere about them? And it might look like a workbook, I'm telling you, because when you know, the purpose is like the foundation, and if the foundation is not well laid, there's always a tendency that the superstructure, that is every other thing above the foundation, will be faulty. So now we are looking at the foundation. That's the reason why we are dwelling more and more on this question of purpose. So some of these questions I will not be able to finish it within this limited time, and we probably need to continue next week. But I'm going to start with some of those questions tonight. So number one question is, what are your long-term goals? What are your long-term goals? We are coming back to the goals again. Goals and purpose, they all work hand in hand. So what long-term goals? What are your long-term goals? So you need to look at this considering your personal, your financial, and also your lifestyle goals. You need to consider your personal, you need to consider your financial, and you need to consider your lifestyle goals, because areas you will be spending it. It's possible that even your money for savings, you probably need to pull from it to be able to buy that property or buy that asset. It is very, very important, because you need to look at other goals, your personal goals, your financial goals, and your lifestyle goal. Probably you might need to sacrifice 2 windows of holidays or vacations because you want to buy a certain property. So these are some of the things. And where you are buying the property, especially where you are buying the property, and that property is going to determine where you live, where you live, raise your children, where you raise your family. All these things many years ago was staying in a particular location because it is affordable to stay in that location. And one day, he was taking a toddler to school, and the toddler asked, "Daddy, why is smoke coming out of the mouth of the man at the junction of our house?" And the father was dumbfounded. So what actually happened was the fact that you know, at junction of the house, there were some guys that always sit out at junction of the house every morning, and what they do is that they smoke weeds. So the toddler was one of the I mean, who are these guys that usually sit in front of our house, at the junction of our house, above the amount? Do you understand? So, and the guy just has to say, oh boy, I got to take a decision. And that decision is for me to leave where I am currently staying. Now, that might be on the extreme, but it really depends on you. So what are those decisions that you really need to look at? Because all these things goes and your lifestyle, your property. So your personal goal, like I said, your financial goal and your lifestyle goal, and this will help you to answer the question of, are you looking for a place to settle down? Are you looking for a place to generate a rental income for you? Are you looking for a place to build equity? Are you looking for a place to serve as your vacation home? Okay, I was pitching a particular project to someone, and I told him that this location, somewhere around there, where very close to the waterside, that this would be a perfect. The person wanted to buy just a few square meters, and I told the person that why not buy something bigger, because this, in the next 20 years, with your age right now, will serve you perfectly as a vacation home. And the person was like, wow, I never thought I would need a vacation home. I said, yes. And we don't think like that in this part of his part is actually the right way to think. So you need to, answering your personal finance goal, your personal goal and your lifestyle goal and your family, of course. All these goals will help you to answer. So this property that we want to buy, are we settling down in this property? Are we together? Yeah. Are we buying this property because of rental income? Are we buying this property because we want to build equity? Okay, so that we can always have it at the asset column. This thing was continually, you understand, the price must continually be of the upward increase. Then are we buying this property because it's just going to be a vacation home, or any other reasons why you are buying this property? It will help you answer a lot of questions, or probably you are just looking at a commercial property or something like that. So it will help you a whole lot, because, and please do this, write it. Is a goal. It's a goal. Write it down, note it, so that when you achieve this, you can always go back and reference the fact that this thing was actually written down. Please note, write it down. Write it down. So all these questions that it will help you to answer will now, in the course of this series, we will still go back to it, because it will help you to answer the ultimate question of which property fit this particular goal that you are setting, this purpose that you are setting. It is very, very critical. It might look like a lot of work, but you need to do it. So the next one is number 2, which is, how will this property, next question that you need to ask yourself is, how will this property fit into my financial plan? You remember we mentioned financial goal, but now we are now looking at financial plan. Of course, I believe every family, everybody is supposed to have a financial plan that we work with. So how will this property fit into that financial plan that we are working with? And this is very, very important. You cannot, when it comes to property, cash is king. Cash is king. It helps, it determines your bargaining power, it determines a lot of the negotiating power, and you need to sort out the area of finance so that you, like you usually said, cut your coat according to your size. So that is also very, very, very important. So you need to assess your budget. You are still going to look at the area of budget. You need to assess your financing option. You need to assess your financing option. And also you need to look at what is the potential ROI. Because if you're buying something for rental income, what is going to be the rental income, or what is going to be the potential capital appreciation of that property point are critical. You don't want to joke with them at all because they are key. Your asset is not an emotional value or give you rental income. It is not sentiment. It must perform these two assignments. Okay, this is where I'm going to be drawing the curtain tonight. I hope it has made a whole lot of sense. So subscribe, share, and like, and share it with others. And tomorrow we'll continue on the housing investment and on this particular series next week, Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Mowe needs no more introduction when it comes to real estate investment. So let me take you through 4 reasons Mowe should be your ideal choice for a home. Number 1, Mowe is a serene and natural environment. It offers a tranquil escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. It provides a peaceful living environment where you can stay relaxed. And again, on ethnic days, you get to see the town's beauty in all its glory. Number 2, Mowe is an affordable investment opportunity. You see, compared to other major metropolitan locations, Mowe Town affords you an opportunity of home ownership as the property prices are affordable, which leads me to my next point. Number 3, Mowe has a high appreciation value. You see, research has shown that the value of plots in Mowe has experienced remarkable growth over the past